You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
Well, there was at least one signing day surprise. LSU added a quarterback for 2024. Knox Dyson tweeted on Wednesday that he's 100% committed to LSU. He tagged Joe Sloan in the tweet. Knox Dyson's good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here. Hey, man, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. It's our pleasure to have you. Let's start with the obvious. So I would assume this is a preferred walk-on spot, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So how did your connection with LSU come about? Walk us through that process.
Honestly, I'm just sending out my film to college coaches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coach Sloan eventually hit me back and started a relationship, started talking on the phone with him.
How long ago was that?
Honestly, probably just about maybe 3 weeks ago.
No way. So,
yeah, no, it's been pretty quick.
that is really quick. So what had your what had your recruitment been like up until that point?
Really, I had a lot of D2 offers and FCS offer, and then a couple preferred walk-ons to some FBS schools. But
I was looking
clearly,
yeah,
LSU's pretty awesome.
No doubt, man. Like I'm looking at at the 247 profile, and there's Arkansas and Houston and Texas Tech and Wisconsin. So I would assume that's some of the PWO opportunities that you were talking about there. So what was it? So 3 weeks, you're talking to Joe Sloan. What was it about the conversations with Joe Sloan, or was it just, man, this is LSU?
Honestly, it's a lot of both. Coach Sloan seems like whenever I've gotten to talk to him, be around him last weekend, seems like an awesome guy. It's a dude that I would love to, spend the next 4 or 5 years, getting to play for. And, of course, it's LSU. It's something you grow up watching and admiring. So, to have an opportunity to get to be a part of it, it's just something I couldn't, say no to.
So I'm looking at your Twitter profile. There's you in the LSU uniform with the Heisman Trophy. So you clearly got to come down to Baton Rouge and take a visit. What was that this past weekend? And tell us a little bit about your visit.
Yes, I came down on Saturday morning. I got to see all the facilities, got to see the school. I'm, amazed. It's such a great place. I love the town. And dude, the food down there is insane.
Most people say that. Where did you eat?
I went to Phil's Oyster Bar.
Yeah, you did.
I had some shrimp, and then I also had crab claws, which were insane. I'd never had crab before. So.
Crab isn't a staple in Oklahoma?
Yeah, my parents have had it. I've been around it, but I never, thought about trying it. But, I was down there. I was like, I want the full experience, So I had that at gumbo.
Good.
All that.
I love
awesome.
it. I love it, man. What, when you were talking ball with Joe Sloan, what were those conversations like?
Honestly, good question. We both think that it's a good fit, ball and school. I'm really excited to, honestly, it's hard. I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it, but I think I fit the system really well, and I like to throw the ball around, and Coach Sloan likes to. He agrees with me on that, so I think it's a good connection.
Yeah, man. Knox Dyson is with us. He's on Twitter at Dyson_Knox. If you want to go give him a follow. Obviously, there's the very obvious question, Knox, which is, look, you got Garrett Nussmeier back. You got Ricky Collins. They just signed Colin Hurley. Bryce Underwood is committed. The path to the field feels very, very long and arduous. Is that daunting? Did that in any way make you consider your decision?
No, I'm committing to a family. I'm excited to be around all the guys and just get better.
Were there what other guys did you get to talk to while you were on campus?
I was with Bobby, who's in recruiting, and then I got to talk to Coach Sloan and a lot of the guys in the technical field, the guys that run all the VR, like Mario, got to meet him. some really cool people.
Did you get to meet any of your teammates?
I actually did not.
Okay. It's always interesting how those visits will go, right? Because especially for the February signing period, most of the hay is in the barn, right? Most guys sign in December. So it's interesting how maybe it isn't a big recruiting weekend that last weekend right before. Man, did you grow up an Oklahoma fan?
I did. I was raised, my dad was a big OU fan, and so I always liked to watch OU football. Loved Baker Mayfield. That was always awesome. But I'll tell you something I always thought was funny is that I quit watching college football. The game that broke me was whenever LSU beat OU about by like 30 or something like that in the semifinals. That made me. I just started watching NFL.
Joe Burrow was pretty good. Were you posing with Burrow's Heisman?
Yes, that actually was him.
Well, so there you go. You're posing with Joe Burrow. The thing that broke your allegiance to Oklahoma is one of the things that helped bring you to LSU, which is pretty cool. Know Dyson. Hey, before you go, let's talk a little bit about your game. I mean, I can look at your measurables, 6'3", all that stuff. Tell us a little bit about Know Dyson, the quarterback.
Like I said, I like to, I'm a big guy on throwing the ball. I'll make plays or on the ground whenever I need to, but I like to get the ball to the guys on the perimeter and let them make plays. That's what they're there to do.
Man, it's by the way, what was your next closest decision? If it wasn't going to be LSU, what would your decision have been?
I was actually committed to a D2 school, Missouri Western, which is a great school. I was also thinking about a little bit of Tulane, but I think LSU was, just way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
Just you know how it is.
Are you going to be here for spring, or will you be here in the fall?
I'll be here in the fall.
All right, man. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you when you get on campus, man. Congrats on your decision. Best of luck, and go Tigers, man. The purple and gold look good on you.
Go Tigers. Thank you, man.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.